Today we are going to be discussing the biggest 3 lessons I've learned from the 48 laws of power and how this can affect and apply to your life. Without further ado, let's take a deep dive into it. Now, the 48 laws of power, for those who clicked on this video and have no idea what this book is about, basically, the 48 laws of power is a book that describes all the ways that people can manipulate you, or all the ways that you can change the way people treat you, and all the ways that you can learn how to be and move in a room full of powerful people. Did you know that many successful people have read this book and became successful right after reading it? This book is so very powerful, but today we're just going to take a deep dive into the most main 3 things that the 48 laws of power talk about. Okay, let's go into the first one right now. The first one that I decided to put on this list is: so much depends on your reputation. Guard it with your life. Now, why is this law so very important for you to apply this to your life? Look right here. If you cannot see, let me go full screen. This is R. Kelly. Now, what do we know R. Kelly for? We see him as a predator. We see him as a creep. We see him as a weeb. And why is this important? Well, before R. Kelly was sentenced to the biggest case of pedophilia history, we already see him as a creep. Why? Because he peed on little girls. He was doing all kinds of weird shit. So when he got accused of sleeping with multiple minors, nobody was surprised. Nobody looked there like R. Kelly would never do that. Nobody did anything. Because we already perceived him to be a weirdo. We already perceived him to be a pedophile. And you know what's so crazy? Hold up. This is the most craziest part about it. What if R. Kelly never, and I mean never, slept with multiple minors and he got accused guilty for doing so? Why would he get accused? Because his reputation is he's already perceived to be a creep. Do you know how much criminals are locked in a prison who has never done anything, but because their reputation sees them as a criminal, when it's time for them to go to court and fight that case, they get locked the fuck up. They get locked in because their reputation points that they are someone who's capable of doing this, so they get locked away regardless. Can you imagine if somebody came up to you and said that Superman had robbed an old woman on the street? Superman had killed 10 black boys just because he was bored. Or Superman had came up and slapped out your mama. Would you believe me? Would you believe me? You would not. Why? Because his reputation points that he's a good man. Even if he did all 3 of the things I said he did, whether he killed your mom or whatever the fuck, you wouldn't believe me anyway, because his reputation is already built up that he's a good guy. And the same with Frieza. If somebody had came up to you and said Frieza had saved 10 Saiyans from being killed from some outside source enemy, would you believe me? Fuck no. You'll be like, Frieza saved Saiyans? That will never happen, because his reputation. Now, like I said on this slide, it also says reputation ends fights before they begin. This is a subset to this law. What do I mean by that? Like I said, whether you are, let's say you're walking into a room full of gang members and people see you as 50 Cent or somebody who's not to be fucked around with, they would not do anything to you just because they know that you are capable of violence, you are capable of danger. Now, let's say if you're like a dweeb or some shit, and you walk up in a room full of gangbangers talking that big boy shit like, yeah, man, I got my Glock on me. I'll kill you, man. Put your hands up. You know what they gonna do? They'll grab 2 Glocks and blast your ass. Just, take your ass straight out the game. Why? Because they see you as somebody who's not dangerous, who's not capable of harm. Your reputation is a dweeb. So why is a dweeb sitting here with gangbangers? You're gonna die. Is this also true? This goes back to what I was saying. A solid reputation increases your presence and exaggerates your strengths without you having to spend too much energy. When you have a reputation of somebody, you don't have to say much. If somebody goes up to Floyd Mayweather and was like, I'll beat the fuck out of Floyd Mayweather, he can't stop me, you wouldn't even think. You will already know, man, Floyd can knock this nigga out 2 seconds. It'll be like, man, Floyd put on them gloves, bruh. Floyd put on them gloves so fast, hit his ass with a bop. His ass gonna be gone. Like, your reputation will speak for you. So make sure you guard your reputation with your life. So how can this apply to you? If somebody at your job is trying you up, or if you're a kid in school, if somebody's trying you up and disrespecting you, do not allow that shit. Make it known that your reputation is, I'm somebody who would not take shit from somebody. I'm someone who values myself and I'm willing to go to war about my self-respect. And once everybody else knows that about you, less people is gonna try you up because they ain't gonna want to deal with what comes with you. Let's go to the next law. This is the second law from the 48 laws of power I decided to put down in this one. It is, be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like a king. Act like a king to be treated like a king. Now, what do I mean by this? Look at KSI right now. And look at Logan Paul. Many of you remember this. Basically what happened long ago, and this relates so much to this law. Long ago, like 2 years ago, KSI and Logan Paul, they was doing a boxing match against each other. And KSI, he came with this mentality, this deadly mentality of, I'm gonna knock this guy out. I'm the best, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. Nobody can beat me. Nobody can fuck with me. Now, when he was doing it, you can see in the way he was moving and carrying himself, in the way that he was training, that he was not playing. He was very serious. At that moment, he believed that he will fuck Logan Paul up. He believed that he was the best. And if you go back and look at Logan Paul interviews, he was reacting to KSI's frame. He's like, oh, this guy just think he's so good. Oh, this guy's thinking he's this and that. And when he was like, oh, I would win, but it was like a little self-doubt of confidence in the way he vocalized. If you don't think that you can win, then guess what? You can't win. If you don't think that you can win, you can't do it. Look, if you're a lady, act like a queen to be treated like one. When a dude look at you and he be like, God damn, that ass is fat, I'm trying to fuck. And you just like give it up easy like shit when you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Guess how we gonna try to treat you? We just gonna try to bust those. Now, hold on now. Hold up. I'm not saying that if y'all, you know what I'm saying, if you don't care for that kind of shit, that you gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? Cause I take advantage, you know what I'm saying? I take advantage, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But if you want somebody to respect you on a relationship level, you gotta act like you're relationship material. You can't move like someone who is easy and expect to get the results of a relationship goddess, a relationship queen, someone that we will want with us for the rest of our life. Because as a man, and I know, ladies, I'm not trying to hurt y'all feelings. As a man, I'm telling you, if we see that you are easy, we're going to think that you're easy to everybody else, and it's going to make us hard to trust you. So move like someone who values themselves. Like if somebody come up to you that boldly and be like, hey, I'm trying to f this shit out of you. You'd be like, sorry, but you're going to have to get to know me first. If you find this person attractive, sorry, you're going to have to get to know me first. I don't roll like that. And I would appreciate it if you take your time with me. Some shit. Or dude, act like a king to be treated like one. Look at 50 Cent. When he walks in a room, he already creates value, respect. Everybody's listening to him. But why? Why? Type it down in the comments. Why? The answer to this is because he moves like a king. He doesn't allow disrespect. Everybody respects him. Now let's go on to the final and the most important law I decided to put in here. Hold on. The last and final law I decided to put in here is infection. Avoid the unhappy and avoid the unlucky. Imagine you are a suburban kid and you got friends that gangbang. You got friends that's out there. You got friends that's like that. And they ask you, hey, bro, shit, I'm gonna need your help tonight. I got myself stuck in a jam. I'm gonna need you to go pick me and my homies up real quick. Okay, you a good friend of them. These your boys. You gonna take care of your boys, right? As a man with honor, I would assume you would do so. So you pick your friends up and y'all start driving. Next thing you know, the cop pull you over. You're like, what's going on? The cop takes your friends out the car. Hey, you're under arrest because of robbing a bank. You're under arrest because you have robbed a bank. They grab you, yourself. You get out the car. What are you doing here? You're like, I have no idea of anything. I'm just picking up my friends. Also, you're their getaway of driving. We're taking you too. Next thing you know, you're this kid right here. You're behind the bar. You're behind bars, fighting for your life because you're dealing with people who could put you in an unlucky and unfortunate way of life. And you didn't even know anything about it. Now you're doing 20 years for getaway driving some criminals that you didn't even know who did anything. Or let's just say you're a suburban civilian kid and you hanging out with gangbangers knowing that you yourself won't get down like that. And y'all just kicking in and shit. Y'all at the house. You walk out their house and then you see 10 other people outside and they shoot your ass up. Now you're dead. You're on a t-shirt. What them niggas say? You on a t-shirt. All because you're hanging around people that can provide unhappy and unfortunate ways of life to you and your family. So, hang around winners. What do I mean by this? There's some people in your school. There's some people in your football team. There's some people that you know that they got traits that you want to aspire to be like. If it's football, you got that one kid who stays after practice. The captain of the team, he stay working out. He stay on his shit. He stay focused. Hang with him because you want to be a winner just like him. If you're in school, shit, I know you want to get lit. Of course, you want to fuck some hoes and all that shit. Yeah, that's fine. But get with the nerdy nigga. The nigga who's going to get you a scholarship. The kid who's going to put you in place to be the best for when you graduate. You know what I'm saying? Hang around people that can make you in a happy, in a fortunate, in a lucky way of life versus the unfortunate and the unlucky and the dangerous side of life. Because you only live once, and I'm sure that all of you want to win. And if you want to win, then hang with winners. And if you want to lose, then hang with losers. These are the 3 most important things that I've learned, and I hope that it can apply to you. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button like Floyd Mayweather hit Conor McGregor. All right, I'm signing out.